I'm Julia from Notch and Swatch, and today we are going to go more in depth about our chest measurements and our hip measurements and how they impact our sewing practice. First, let's talk about pattern sizing. Ready-to-wear garments and sewing patterns are not made equally. There was once a time in a land far, far away that the two were the same, but times have changed, our bodies have changed, and at one point pattern companies just gave up trying to keep up. So that's why a lot of times if you're choosing your size off a Big Four or independent pattern company, you might have a different dressmaking size as you do an actual dress size. So first we have our high bust and our full bust. Your high bust is where the soft tissue of your breast ends, up under your armpit and across your back, while your full bust is the fullest part of your chest across your apex. You may have heard us talk about in a previous video that your dressmaking cup size is different than your bra size. This is because your dressmaking cup size is determined by taking your full bust measurement and subtracting your high bust measurement. The same rules apply though. An A cup is a 1 inch difference, a B cup is 2 inches, and so on. When you're choosing your dressmaking size, it's best to use your high bust measurement so that you get a good fit through your shoulders and then adjust for your bust accordingly with a full bust adjustment or a small bust adjustment. Pattern companies usually draft to a standard cup size, which you can find on their website or on the pattern envelope. And really, it's kind of a bummer. Why don't more companies have different cup sizes? Because the entire draft has to change from size to size. But really often you can find Big Four patterns that have different cup sizes, and there's many indie patterns that cater to a whole array of cup sizes. Next up, we have our high hip versus our low hip. And really, these are super helpful measurements to have depending on the type of garment you're making. If you're making a pair of pants or shorts, you would really want to use your low hip measurement because that's the fullest part of your bum. Your high hip measurement comes in handy when you're making more fitted garments, but really, low hip's the place to start. If you're taking your measurements for your next sewing project, you can write them down on our free Printable. We did a cute little body measurement chart with all different bodies on it and all the major points that you will need for your next sewing project. I hope you enjoyed today's in-depth look at body measurements. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'm Julia of Old Spool Sewing Studio in beautiful Brielle, New Jersey. My information can be found in the description below. This is Notch and Swatch, and remember to always backstitch. Undressed pattern, or the blah, blah, blah. That was pretty good too. Now, when you're choosing, oh darn, your high hip, I look really good if I post like this. Are we recording? I hope we're yes. Oh,